Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Kenzie Sexton and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Dakota. Today for Tech Tip Tuesday, I'm going to be showing you around Nearpod. So let's get started. When you reach the Nearpod website, this is what will appear on your screen after you've logged in. As you can see off to the side, there is Join a Lesson. This is where the students would log in with the code so that they could join a lesson that is currently taking place in your classroom. There's also My Library. This is where any Nearpod resources that you've either created or saved will show up. This is the screen that I am currently on. There is also a report screen that will give you data from past sessions that you have completed with your class. There is a Nearpod library section where you can look up Nearpods that others have created for you to use in your classroom. You can simply search for a lesson at the top, or you can search through the pre-selected categories. Down here off to the side you can see there's a couple options. There are some Nearpods that are free, others you do have to pay for, so you can sort by that. You can sort by subject, grade, or the resource type. Once you find a Nearpod that you would like to use, it will allow you to preview it by clicking through the slides to see what is included in this Nearpod. As you can see on these, you are able to draw or write, highlight, type, add images, and erase. And then if you choose to keep this Nearpod, you can go ahead down here and add it to your library. It will also give you some extra info by clicking on this button below. Now, if I go back, there's also a teacher's resources section at the bottom of the page. That is for any extra information or training that you would like on using Nearpod. So they do offer that as well. Then at the top of your page, you can search your library for a specific lesson that you've created. At the very top, you can add a new Nearpod lesson. You can also click on Quick Launch to launch an activity. You can check your cart if you are planning on purchasing materials, or you can access your account in the top right-hand corner. Then your next level are the different activities that you can create. So you can create discussions for your students to collaborate in. So you would just simply type in, what do you want to ask your students? So I would ask them, what's your favorite part of summer? And I'll save it. So you can see it's saved down here. Then if I want to let students work at their own pace, I'd click on student pace. If I want to do it with my entire class right now in person, I'd click live lesson. And then if I want to do it over Zoom, I can also do that. So this is a great feature to use during digital learning as well. Up here it also shows me that I can have my students participate, so I'm going to click there. That is the code that the students would type in the top left corner. So if I open up another Nearpod tab and I copy that code in there, your students will get to type their name first. They can add a nickname if they'd like, and then they'll click Join Session. So then they're waiting for the teacher, so I'll go back to that screen. Then it asks if you'd like to approve student comments before they are posted, so you can choose yes or no. I'm going to click no right now, and I'm going to apply it for the rest of the session. So then this is what the board would look like. If I go back over to my students, this is what the student board would look like. They can type in an answer. At the bottom you can see as well that they can add images. I'll go back to my screen and you'll see it pop up. The student name is at the top and then their answer. Then students can go through, you can go through like different posts. This will show up on all of the students' pages, so as students comment, they'll be able to see each other's responses up here. This is a great brainstorming tool or collaboration tool that you could use in your classroom. Then, if I go back to my screen, I will leave this session because we can resume it later. I'm going to skip over gamified review right now. We'll go back to that. I'm going to show you what the bell ringer writing prompt looks like because it is pretty similar to the collaborate tool. So if I create one of those, it just looks a little different. So again, you'll type your question. You can see that you can add images off to the side. You can add a timer for how long students will work on it. And then you can also allow students to add audio recordings if you'd like. So then I'll click save. Then you can see that the bell ringer has been added right here. Again, you can do the same thing, student paste. You can make it live right now, present it to your class, or use it over Zoom. I'm going to click into there again. There's my new code. I'm going to take the URL, I'm going to copy that. That way I can just add it into the top of my web address. Again, ask for a student name, click join. And then you'll see here, this is what the students page will look like. So it says what was your favorite part of the summer at the top, and then it has their space to provide their answer. Submit it. They can go back, edit their answer if they realize they did something wrong. Otherwise, they are done, and when you look at the teacher's page, you will see the student's name and their answer. You can also share those up onto the board by just clicking share, and then that's what the students will see on their page, that student's answer. And then when you're done, you just click unshare. Then we will go back to the home screen again. Now for the gamified review, we can click Create Now. So the game is called Time to Climb, and you're trying to get your character to climb to the top. So you'll start with just entering a question. You'll give them as many options as you want. And then you'll click which one is the correct answer, and then you'll add another question. You can also add images if you want them to reference that. You can select the time that they have up at the top as well. You can duplicate questions. So if I'm asking a question similar to this, I'll duplicate it. You can see there's 2 now, and then I can just go in and change the question however I want. So now I'm going to do North Dakota. And then you have to make sure that you change the correct answer if you switch where it's at. You can collapse questions by clicking on those arrows. You can drag and reorder the questions easily if you would like. Here, you can also see the time duplicating and deleting different questions. You can expand them all in the bottom corner. When you're done, you click Save. Then we'll go in to play the game. Also, when you're sharing this, you can share the code. You can share it through email, through social media, link. You can put it on Google Classroom by simply clicking that. You can add it to Remind or using Microsoft. So then again, it asks for your name. Click Join. And then it lets you straight into the game. On the teacher's page, you can see it gives you a few options. You can randomize the answers so they're not in the same order for all students. And then you have a couple different options of what they're climbing. So there's an outdoorsy area, there's a space option, and an underwater. So you can choose which theme you want and then click Continue. Then your students get to choose a character that they're playing with. Then they click Start. It shows that that is the student that's playing. On the teacher's page, whenever your students are ready, you go ahead and click Start. And then it shows on the student page what is the abbreviation for South Dakota. They click on the correct answer, and their player will move up the hill. On the teacher's page, you can see that there is points, and it also shows you what question is up and how much time is left. So then the student page, you click the correct answer, and they climb up the hill. And then they do have the leaderboard at the end. And then on the teacher board, you will see the overall leaders in order there, how many points they had. And then when you're done, just head back to the home screen. Now you also have the option to just create a Nearpod, which can include multiple of these options plus others. So I'm going to click in Lesson in Nearpod. You can also create it with Google Slides if you choose. So here it's similar. You're going to add a slide. On that slide, you get to choose from all of these options. So you can add a video, you can add other slides, web content, 3D, simulations, you can do a virtual field trip, a BBC video, sway, you can add other slideshows, audio, a PDF, or a live stream from Twitter. You also have the option to click up on activities where you can add that game Time to Climb. You can add open-ended questions, matching pair game, quizzes, a flip grid. You can allow students to draw. They can collaborate like we did right away. You can give polls. You can have them fill in the blank, and they can also take a memory test. This just is a way, when you create a Nearpod, you are putting a bunch of different resources together to create one lesson. So if I were to go in and create one, I would click Add a Slide. Maybe I want to start with a video. We're going to do one in math. click on the link and save it. So that's my first slide. Then I want to add another slide. My next slide, I want to draw it. Show how you would solve 54 times 12 using the window method. You can add a timer if you want the students to only work on it for a set amount of time. I don't want them to work on it for any more than 10 minutes. Click Add, Save, add another slide. Now I'm going to take a poll. How comfortable do you feel using the window method? Very, a little, not very. Then they will be able to select their answer based on how they're feeling. It'll just give me a little idea at the end of class how well the students know how to use this method. Click Save. And then when I'm ready, I'll just preview it to make sure it works. This will take you through the slide. So first you'll see the video, so they'll be able to watch the video. Then they can go to the next slide. They'll draw out them solving 54 times 12 on here. Again, you have that option for the pencil, or they could type. They could add images, erase, highlight. So they would just be able to write on there. And then on the last page, our poll will pop up and they'll be able to select their answer. Then you will go here and you'll title your lesson, add a little description, select the grade that it works for, the subject area, and then click Save and Exit. And again, you'll see down here will be all the activities you've created.
Nearpod is a great resource for educators because of its ability to do many different things. As an educator, you can use it for presentations, to flip your classroom, for differentiation, student-paced work. You could use it in centers. You can send newsletters with it. There are so many different ways that you can use Nearpod in the classroom. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would also love to hear from you in the comments below. Thanks for watching.